What's up guys, it's Kelly and today I've got another favorites video for you. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on new videos, and let's get started. So I was really debating whether or not I should do a video on my top 10 favorite winter nail polishes that came out for this season. I did ask you guys over on my community tab and the answer was overwhelmingly yes, let's do it. So there are going to be a few little repeats in here because I just recently shared with you guys my top favorite polishes that came out in 2020. But if you guys aren't following along with this series, basically in addition to my regular favorites nail polish series where I'm sharing my favorite polishes of all time, I'm also doing a concurrent series where I'm sharing with you guys my favorite polishes that have come out for each season. So if you are a person who sees all of these incredible nail polish reviews and you're like, I have no idea where to start, there's so many collections that even just came out for winter 2020/2021. I personally think that this is a great place to start. Now I will say these are just my personal favorites, so obviously if you don't like the colors or finishes that I like, then these might not work out for you, but in terms of quality and brand and just things that I'm generally enjoying for this season, I still think it's a good start. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. I'm sharing my top 10 polishes that came out specifically for winter 2020/21. So yeah, I guess we'll just dive right into it. So the first polish I want to talk about is Orly Diamond Potential from their breathable polish line, and this one is just a really dark gray cream polish. I'm actually wearing it right now with one of the toppers that I'm going to be talking about in a little bit, but this is just a color that I gravitate towards in the winter. For me, I think winter is divided into two halves. So the first half being like the holiday winter polishes where I'm really into all the jewel tones and the reds and the greens and the blues, and then we have like the post-holiday winter where I feel really gray and like silver and like deep moody colors. So while this isn't the most unique polish, there's actually a near dupe that I just reviewed from Morgan Taylor called Fala. Love this color. I just think that this is a great kind of color to wear for this time of year. The reason that I specifically chose the Orly breathable one over the Morgan Taylor one is just because you get more for your money with this one because it's 18 milliliters, but this one does have a bit of a jelly-like formula. For me, it does give full coverage in 2 coats, but if you have long nails, I think you might prefer the Morgan Taylor version, so I'll link them both down in the description for you guys. But yeah, I do think they are near dupes. The Morgan Taylor one is probably just a little bit more cool toned and a little bit more opaque, but I think they're both really great options. And again, I just really like those moody colors for this time of year. It just feels like the right time to wear them. Speaking of Morgan Taylor, next up we have Morgan Taylor Liquid Frost, and this was part of their holiday 2020 collection, and this one's really interesting for me. It's actually a metallic foil silver that has little silver shards running throughout, and I just wanted to mention this one because this specific type of polish where you have a metallic polish with glitter shards in it is extremely hard to get right. And I had one a few years back from NCLA. Honestly, I forgot the name of the color, but it was similar except that it had hex glitters instead of shards, and this polish made me realize I really prefer it with shards. So yeah, this one's just really cool. I think that it kind of looks like a snowy, wintry scene, and again, it's just got that like nice grayed out tone to it. I think the shards make it so unique and interesting, and it doesn't have a streaky finish, which is why I think it's done right. Whenever you do have a streaky finish with polish that has glitters in it, it's gonna start to look a little bit lumpy, but this one doesn't have that at all. So I really enjoy it. I think this would be a perfect accent nail color, like if you just wanted to do this on your ring finger, but I also think it's great to wear as a full manicure. Next up we have China Glaze Slayer line from their holiday 2020 collection, and honestly I really loved that whole collection. I had a few favorites in my holiday 2020 favorites video, but this one in particular I thought was just perfect for winter in general. It's like this almost periwinkle purpley foil metallic shade, and again, the really cool thing about this one is that it doesn't have that streaky finish, and honestly I do like the streaky finish, but I know a lot of people don't, and it is kind of hard to find a metallic polish that doesn't have that. And yeah, I just think this one's really cool. Clearly I'm very much into the metallics this time of year because it really does remind me of snow and like those dreary gray skies, but this one's really cool because it does have that purple hue to it, so it does add a little bit of brightness to the nail, which I really enjoy. Next up we have ILNP Staying In. This was actually part of their first winter 2020 line, which was I believe a transitional collection from fall into winter, but I still really wanted to include it because honestly I enjoyed that whole line. They were all just really beautiful soft linear hollows. This one in particular is a lavender linear hollow. The sparkle in it is absolutely gorgeous, and again, it just gives me those like soft wintry January vibes. This is my favorite time of year to wear these soft winter, almost grayed out colors. But again, we do have a little bit of brightness with both that base color being a little bit of purple, and then we also have the linear hollow, which kind of brightens up the whole manicure and makes it a little bit of fun. Next up, we have the shade Zoya Barrett, and this one, I actually just randomly picked this one, but this is really representative of the entire Zoya Naturel 4 line, which honestly, I feel like that collection did not get a lot of recognition. It did just recently come out, and the Naturel line from Zoya is an ongoing series of collections of nude polishes, and their first 3 Naturel polishes I thought were really well received and a lot of people talked about them, but I really haven't heard a lot of people talking about Naturel 4. And this one, honestly, I feel like it could be a favorite of mine. It's very different from the rest of the Naturel polishes in that instead of being nudes, we have almost these like neutral purple shades, and obviously I love purple, so I was gonna love them all. But they all had really great formulas. I have said multiple times, but Zoya has really impressed me, specifically in the second half of 2020 with their formulas. I do think they did something to improve it a lot because it got a lot easier to work with and they became a lot more self-leveling. This one in particular was just one of the lighter dusty purple shades in that collection. All of those polishes are really any time of year colors, but I especially love wearing these like cooler neutrals around this time of year. Again, I know I keep repeating myself, but there's just something about that dreary winter air that just makes me want to wear really muted colors on my nails. Speaking of the opposite of dreary colors, we have Cirque Fairy Floss, and let's just take a moment to talk about the Cirque Candy Coat collection. So back in 2019, Cirque actually came out with 6 polishes of a candy coat line, which were jelly polishes that had iridescent flakies in them. And that original collection was actually one of my top 5 favorite collections of 2019. I totally loved it. And then in 2020, they actually came back and did a part 2 of those candy coat polishes. And I loved all of those. They were a lot brighter and more saturated colors. So for me, outside of the holidays, I didn't see myself wearing them in the winter, except this one in particular, I really loved. It's got this jelly pink base, but on the nails, it really does look a lot more sheer, so you don't get a lot of that pinkiness to it. And then it has these cool toned iridescent flakes running throughout. So when I have this on the nails, it honestly just looks very opalescent. It really looks like a really fancy piece of jewelry on the nails. I've been very into flakies and I've been very into iridescence lately. So this one I feel like is just the perfect combination that just feels like such a good winter vibe, but with that pinky undertone to it. I think this would also be a really great transitional color into spring. All right, next up we have kind of an outlier, and that is Picture Polish Red Room. This is extremely different from all of the polishes that I'm talking about today because it is not muted, it is not a dreary color, but when Picture Polish came out with this trio of collab polishes with Hypnotic Polish, oh my gosh, I fell in love with all of them. This one in particular is this really deep vampy red base that has a holographic shimmer running throughout, and then it has matte black hex glitters, and I really love this. That's all I'm gonna say about it. No, I'm just kidding. There's such a cool deepness to this. I feel like honestly this could have been a great holiday color as well, but it did come out after the holidays. But it's just such a nice vampy deep color. I can see myself wearing this for Valentine's Day, but I could also see myself wearing this anytime. It really does look to me like the inside of one of those red dragon fruits because of like the black hex glitters kind of look like seeds, and I don't know why, but I have been like really into polishes that look like the inside of fruits for some reason. So yeah, I really love this one. I absolutely had to mention it. If you didn't see my review of this trio, I highly recommend checking it out because honestly all 3 of those polishes were just top notch for me. Next up we have a polish from OPI's Holiday 2020 line. This one's called Gingerbread Man Can, and this one is a warm pinky brown base that has a very icy, almost blue silver shimmer running throughout. And I actually mentioned this one in my favorite nudes polish video as well because as soon as I tried this one, it instantly became a favorite for me. There's just something so cool about seeing a contrast between a very warm base and a very cool shimmer, or vice versa, and that's one of those things that OPI does really well. So I really fell in love with it. I love that that cool shimmer almost makes this warm brown a little bit more wintry. It does kind of look like birch trees, or it looks like a little bit of dusting of snow on like a tree. I don't know. Yeah, overall it's just really gorgeous, incredible formula. There is a little bit of that pearlized finish, so there is a little bit of streakiness, but again, I feel like it kind of has these birch tree vibes, so it just looks like tree bark, which makes me love it even more. I don't know. Next up we have another Morgan Taylor polish, and this one I just keep laughing about because I really hated this one when I first opened it in the mail. This one is called the Shake Up. So when you look at it, it's actually completely a clear base, and then just this little tiny part at the bottom has all of these little silver hex glitters in it, and then there's a little sticker that says shake me. But when you shake it up, it actually becomes a silver glitter topper. And honestly, I thought this was a huge gimmick, and I was annoyed because I was like, I've seen good glitters from Morgan Taylor, and I don't understand why they wouldn't use that base where the glitters would just stay suspended in the base. That makes no sense to me, like they were just being cheap. However, once I tried it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the most incredible thing I've ever experienced. So basically, because that base is so thin, the glitter particles actually like melt into your base color, and then it looks like it's just a part of the manicure. It doesn't add any thickness to the nails at all. It actually is so easy to remove. I was actually shocked when I first wore this and then removed it, and it was as easy as regular nail polish remover and not at all like glitter nail polish remover. I feel like there's so many good applications for it. I think this would be incredible for like layering several layers to see just how glittery you can get it to be without adding thickness to your nails. I think it would be perfect for a glitter gradient. I feel like it would be fun to be like almost like a subtle glittery background for either some galaxy nail art or for just some sort of scenic skies or something like that. But yeah, overall, absolutely in love with it. I hope they do more of these because this is the most fun thing ever. And I just feel like it's very satisfying to shake it up. It really does remind me of a snow globe, and now I love it. And then last but not least, we have Loud Lacquer Nini Muggins from their Holiday 2020 line. This is the topper that I have on right now. This one's just a really fun iridescent hex glitter topper. Again, it's not the most unique thing, but like I said, I've been really into iridescent polishes lately, and you guys know that I'm going through a topper phase, so obviously I was gonna love this one. I just love how cool toned the iridescent glitters are in here. There are a few different types of iridescent glitters, and clearly I've been gravitating towards these more bluish ones, and I just love the way that it looks over dark colors specifically. I think that's where this topper really shines. There's a really good amount of glitter in here, so every coat that I do is really packed, which I find really impressive. And of course, I just really enjoy the Loud Lacquer formula, so you know, I feel like their toppers are really, really good in terms of just how much glitter to base there is. It never feels sparse on the nails, and just how that formula feels applying it. It's very easy and workable. So yeah, those are my top 10 winter 2020 polishes. Again, like I said, these are just my personal favorites based on the types of colors that I like to wear around this time of year. But I would love to hear from you guys. Which polishes are you really enjoying this year? Are there any new winter 2020/2021 shades that you really recommend? Let us know in the comments and we can check them out and see which ones are the best. If you enjoyed this favorites video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. I am going to be doing an ongoing series of this, but I also have favorites of all time, including older polishes. So if you guys want to check that out, I have a whole playlist on it, which I will link up in the cards. And that is it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! Alright, today's fun fact question comes from Patreon supporter Marsha Yelton, and Marsha wants to know, when planning your manicure, what do you choose first, second, and third? And the options are color, finish, and brand. So this really depends on what I am doing with my nails. So there's two different ways that I paint my nails. The first way is when I want to wear something on my nails that I've never worn as a full manicure before, and in that case, I don't really choose any of those. I just go to my little nail polish tower over here and I will just pick something off of the top row, because that is where I keep all of my new polishes that I want to review or polishes that I just reviewed. So I'll usually run over here and then just pick a random one. And then the second way that I do a manicure is if I want to do something specific onto my nails. So for example, if I'm dyeing my hair pink, let's say, then I'll say, okay, I really want to have pink nails for when I dye my hair pink. So I will go over to my Zoya drawer and I'll be like, okay, what kind of pink do I want? Do I want a shimmery pink? Do I want a cream pink? Do I want a neon pink? And then I'll look through there. And if there's nothing that's like jumping out at me, then I'll move to like my Cirque drawer. And then I'll be like, okay, which of these Cirque pinks do I want? You know what I mean? So in that second case, the order would be color, brand, finish. But sometimes finish and brand can be interchanged, because I know if I'm in the mood to wear something from China Glaze, then I'll just look through my China Glaze pinks. But yeah, overall I would say color definitely first, unless I'm choosing something new, and in that case it's just completely random. I'll be like, orange. That's what I'm wearing today. And then I'll just try to match my makeup and clothing to it. But yeah, if you guys have a particular method that you do those three things, let us know the order. We can chat about it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!